Welcome to Right Side Trading, where you can learn how to trade on the right side with confidence. Today is August 27, 2016, and we are here to talk about the weekly market review. But before we do that, let me direct your attention to the bottom of our website at our disclaimer page. The section I want to highlight is this area right here that says our products and services are provided solely for educational purposes. Our written and verbal statements, including those provided on our website, staff members, testimonial individuals, affiliates, and clients are personal judgments and should be regarded as such. These written and verbal statements do not constitute investment advice. The government does want us to let you know that we are not licensed financial advisors, so please, before you make any trading or investment decision, consult the advice of a licensed financial advisor. All right, that being said, let's take you to the chart of the week, and we'll start with the SPX. We see here that over the last, week, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this was Monday, this was Friday. We kind of ended a little slightly lower. In particular, if we looked at this based on where the market ended on Monday, or let's say where the market opened on Monday, I should say. Actually, really, it's from last week to this week. The market has dropped about, not even 1%, like a little bit over 0.6%. Okay, so we have a slight, which is really not that big of a deal on a big scale. If you were trying to trade, you probably, didn't really make too much or were really choppy. A good way to look at this is if we look at the monthly chart. Okay, we can see that, so far nothing has really been happening. All right, if we go to the weekly chart, we can see that we had a slight down week. Okay, so what do we do from here? A couple of things that we need to take note is the fact that we have a bearish signal that has been recorded on the SPX on a weekly basis. Okay, and what is that bearish signal? We are looking at the evening star, which is this right here. Okay, so that's something that you want to pay attention to. The market does do stuff for a reason, so we need to make sure that we pay attention to that. All right, so the writing is already there on the wall. If this market should drop, there shouldn't be no shock, because at the end of the day, it has told us based on this signal right here that it is showing a bearish signal. Okay, now, just because it's showing this bearish signal doesn't mean that the market is absolutely going to drop. It's just saying, hey, take note. We are writing something on the wall. Why is that? Because we need to see follow through. We need to see follow through to the downside. So for that reason, we have to literally wait for another week before we can really say, hey, this market is really dropping or not. But at the end of the day, we do see a sign. So the question becomes whether or not this evening's bearish signal is going to be a false signal, or is it going to get confirmed? Okay, so that's what we see as far as that is concerned. Now, as far as we're concerned, the real level that we are paying attention to is this level right here. Excuse me, let me do that again. It's this level right here, where this low is right here. This is the level that we are paying very close attention to. Okay, we do not want to see the market go below that level right there. And what is that level? That level is 2147.58. Okay, 2147.58. That is that level, 2147.58. Okay, so if the market should drop below that, and especially close below this level, that's a big no-no. All right, so if we get this evening start that we have, and we get a follow through to the downside and a close below here, I would say sell everything you can and start getting bearish. Okay, at least for the short term. That being said, outside of that, we just wait to see what happens. Okay, we wait to see what happens. If we go to the monthly chart, you'll see that on a big time frame on the monthly chart, we're really not doing anything yet. Okay, it's just a really, a doji, which is okay. It really is okay. The good thing about this monthly chart is the fact that we've had a higher high, okay, and we still have a higher low. Okay, so we have this higher high right here, which is higher than this high right here, and we have this higher low right here, which is which is definitely higher than this low right here. So that tells us that the market is trying to go higher. Okay, so we just have to wait. Now, if next month on a monthly basis we see the market close below here, okay, then that's a problem. All right, and so that's why I also mentioned next week is an important week because next week also ends the month of August. So if we get a close by the end of Friday next week, actually, yeah, by the end of Friday, well, really, Wednesday is when the market ends. Okay, so that's why I said if by Friday we see a close below this level right here, that is not a good sign because that would mean, well, actually, I take that back. Not on a monthly basis, but on a weekly basis, that might not be a good sign. We'll have to wait for the month of September to see where it closes below here for it to tell us that it's spelling trouble. Okay, but until then, we don't have to worry about that. All right. So that's it for the SPX. Let me make sure we're very clear, and that is the fact that on the SPX, what we're looking at is a market that is doing this. We're waiting to see if it closes below here. If it does, that's the bad sign. If it doesn't, we okay. Okay, we okay to the upside. Now, one of the things, I don't usually talk about this, but one of the things that you can look at that is showing you that this market is posed for possible bounce to the upside is if we look at the stochastic indicator. And on our stochastic indicator, we look at the 12 and 3. Okay, that's what we look for, the 12 and 3. All right, and what you can see here is that it's getting to the oversold level on the stochastic. So that's a good sign that there's a possibility that a bounce is about to take place pretty soon. So maybe it comes down a little lower towards the beginning of the week, which will end the month, and then like at the beginning of the new month of September or towards the end of the week, we might see it start rallying back up. You know, there's a possibility for that. Okay, so just pay attention to that. The same thing is happening on the Dow Jones Industrials. Okay, we can see right now that the Dow Jones Industrial is also showing the same thing. The analysis stays the same as far as, let me take this off. The analysis stays the same as far as the chart is concerned. We see an evening star signal right there, so we just want to pay attention to that. See if there's a follow through on a weekly basis. If we go to the monthly basis, same thing just like the SPX. Okay, so exact same thing that we've seen on the SPX is what we can see here on the Dow itself. Okay, the next one we want to look at is the Russell. Okay, and on the Russell, we have what we call our bearish right side candle. All right, but it also failed. Okay, and it failed once we had this, big doji signal right here. So now we just have to wait to see what other new form of information we can get on the chart as far as that is concerned on a daily basis. Now, if we go to the weekly chart, we can see that it's still in a healthy uptrend. Okay, that's still a healthy uptrend right there. So that's a good sign to the upside on the weekly basis. If we go to the monthly chart, same thing. Everything is still looking healthy as far as an uptrend is concerned for the Russell. Okay, we go to the Nasdaq. Okay, we started with the monthly chart of the Nasdaq. All right, we were looking at this breakout that took place right here, which is a very positive thing. And the fact that even though it dipped, it came right back above and it's still hovering above and making all-time closing highs is looking like on a monthly basis for the month of August, it will make another record of an all-time monthly closing high. That would be a very good thing. All right, if we look at it on a weekly basis, okay, everything is still showing that it's healthy. All right, no bearish signals per se that this is showing. Now, the only thing that we can possibly say is that it could probably reverse back up to this level right here and then take back off again. So you could see it come all the way down to this level somewhere around here. And then if you see any type of bullish signals when it comes down to this area and a follow through, then we know that it's ready to go higher. And then the last one that we look at I'm sorry, did we look at this on the monthly chart? Let me go to the monthly chart on this. Yeah, we did. We started with that, and let's go to the daily chart as far as this is concerned. Let's remove this line right here. We will remove that line right there. And again, this is what we're talking about. where we come all the way down here and then possibly go back up again. The good thing about it is it still hasn't, it's just kind of filled this gap right here. And so there's a possibility, again, if this market is ready to go higher next week, we can see it reverse from there. The fact that yesterday was a doji right there, just showing the indecision. This is a spinning top and the indecision. So it's been undecided for the last 2 days. So we'll see what direction the market wants to go in. Okay. The good thing about it is if we get a close above this level right here, or a close below this level right here, that would indicate where this market is trying to go. Okay. And then lastly is the Dow Transportation. Like we always like to look at the 5 major indexes. And what we've seen here is the Dow coming down. Now, out of all of them, I say this is probably the one that is showing the most bearish nature, in my opinion. And the reason why is because if we look at this, it came and hit this resistance level, and now is beginning to start coming back down again. So that's something that you definitely want to pay attention to. The other thing is if we formed a wedge like this, we can see that it's now breaking down to the downside. So, pay attention to this, that fact that the Dow Transportation is showing a much more weaker sign, a bearish sign than the rest of them is concerned. Now, in addition to that, we have to also look at other patterns that is possible, and that is we either put it right there or we put it right there to form this channel, okay? So it's possible that it comes all the way down here and bounces back up, or we look at this right here where it comes to this level right here and bounces back up. The better, of course, would be if it comes to this level and bounces back up. But quite honestly, in my opinion, the most important aspect of all this is this level right here. And I'm going to zoom in right here. This is the level that to me is the most important level of all the levels that we're looking at. Okay. And the reason why is because we had a rally in this stock, it pulled back right there, and then it rallied and made a slightly higher high. Okay. I can understand a pullback, but what we don't want to see in a pullback is for it to close below this line right here. Okay. So if you're an Elliott wave counter, if you use that theory, what you'll see is like we have this first leg right here, second leg right here, third leg right here. This is the fourth leg right here. And so we expect the fifth leg to go higher, okay? If that's the case, what we don't want to see is it going lower than this level, okay? Especially with a close below this level on the daily chart of the Dow Transportation. We get a close below here at the end of any day, this next week, or this week coming up, any day where it closes below this level, that would not be a good sign, okay? So those are the things that you want to look at. If we look at the weekly chart of the Dow Transportation, okay, what we see here is a chart that is doing something like this, whereby we are having, we can either look at it like this, where we connected this one right here. It broke out and now it's retesting this and maybe ready to go higher. So we have to see a close below here would not be a good sign. All right. And then finally, if we look at the big picture, we're seeing a market that is just trying to go up. The good news about this is if we connect this line from down here, okay, if we did something like this, we could see, let me redraw that. And it doesn't, we can use many ways of drawing this. We can see that every time it came to this line right here, the market bounced up, it came here, bounced, had a retest before it took up. Same thing right here. Now it's come back to this level. It's had its retest, and then maybe now it's ready to go higher. So those are things that you have to look at just to see. A close below here would definitely spell trouble, all right? Definitely spell trouble. A close below here would definitely spell trouble. Why is that? Because since 2009, it has never closed below this major trend line right here. So close below this major trend line spells big trouble. Okay, so until then, you just have to pay attention to that. If not, we expect in this market to do like what it did in 2009, back in 2011, back in 2012, and now in 15, and 16, possibly ready to go even higher. All right. So that's pretty much it. Remember to subscribe on our channel so you can get updates onto new videos. As we see stocks that we like and that we enter ourselves, we actually go out there and post it as right after we enter these trades. And so, if you subscribe to our channel on YouTube, just click down below or click on the subscribe button that pops up on the screen. You will be able to get those video updates as we make them. Okay. And don't forget to go to our website as well. Check out our website, see if there's anything that you like on it. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of things that we talk about. You can click on our blog, learn a little bit more about what we do, and sign up for our courses, one-on-one mentoring services that really helps people to see the way we see the market. And again, remember that when we look at charts on the right side, what is about to happen, not things that has already happened. Okay. That's the big difference between us and a lot of people out there, is that we tell you about what is going to happen, good, bad, or ugly. But the good thing is you will know what to do, and you will know what to expect, you will know what to anticipate, rather than being left in the dark, wondering what is going to happen. All right, that's it. As always, remember to trade on the right side with confidence.